Hell. Hey guys, so I'm doing a double stream. I'm not sure if double stream is allowed. Uh, Give me a second. But I want to give you guys a quick tour of the actual setup. Oh, there we go. It's actually working. Is that working? Yeah, perfect. So I'm watching myself. So this is actually a pretty complicated setup. Um, yeah, just because this is what we're doing right now. It's so tiny. So to get this live stream, obviously you need the right tools. So so I've got a Sony A7 R2, um, and basically what this is basically barrels. It lengthens any lens so you can actually focus. So I got a 85 millimeter, which is a very zoomed in lens. Now you can't normally focus it into stuff like this. It's not made for macro. But by buying this cheap, you can get this on Amazon. I actually show, well, yeah, I'll try to put some links if you guys are interested. But basically, allows you to do very close focusing. Now with that, I couldn't really get this because I couldn't get close enough. It would still look pretty. I couldn't get the shot I wanted. So what I did is I also have this 10x close-up adapter. So it's actually that and this that allows me to use the 85 millimeter lens to make it look like that. All right. So my whole setup right now, this is feeding into my Adamus Ninja Shogun, which I love, by the way. And this is actually recording a time lapse. So tomorrow, when they all hatch, I'll post a time lapse video of it. Also, the HDMI from here basically feeds into my HDMI switch, which I can switch from this camera, or this camera. But I took that camera out to use it for there. This is the usual camera that's on there. S11 plus for sure, yeah. So very complicated, too many wires. And then I've got how I live stream this. Sorry, I keep bumping into the thing. That's what's happening. So this is a super macro. So any kind of movement, even if I press on it, you'll pick up the shakes. So this is an also output. So it's whatever feeds in there, it's gonna feed out, and then it's gonna go to my Elgato. The reason why you need this, because if you don't have it, obviously it's gonna be. This basically encodes the video in real time. I'll have a full review of this, but you can do up to 4K 60 frames per second. But right now I'm getting throttled by Comcast, so I'm using so that's in there, uh, and then it's a super complicated. So that's why. So I've got an XSplit, which takes the video from the Elgato, and I had to bring it down to 720 for live stream because I'm having trouble with YouTube from Comcast. It's going to throttle me to 2 megabits per second upload. I might get the 5G version just to test it out eventually. I might get the older phones because it's going to be much cheaper. So it didn't work because of the throttling. So I actually connected through VPN, and it doesn't throttle because now they can't detect my YouTube stuff. So that's how I was finally able to get this working. If any of these things break, it's just like, a big headache. I just want to show you guys how complicated this setup is. But if you guys looking into, doing YouTube videos on microscopic stuff like this, let me change the camera. So you can get the tube, right? I'll put the links up there, and also you need the thing with this one. It's called a diopter, right? And you have to get the right size filter for that particular lens. So I have actually, what happened was I got this for my anamorphic lens that I was experimenting a couple of years back. So I bought about a bunch of these, and somehow when Peony came out with this, I was like, shoot, how am I gonna shoot this? Because when I first did it, the other live stream I did, it didn't look this close up. So that one I was using a 50 millimeter and just this. And then today I developed even better method using 85, using the tube and that to get that. That's all in 4K also, right? With no zoom. So yeah, that's the setup. If you guys want to do kind of very macro stuff, you can do it with these cheap. This is really cheap. All of this is really cheap stuff. You could put it together without getting a macro lens, which I also have, but even that one would not get this close. So that's why sort of, I have to hack it. And I'm trying to see if I can make a better method. So if you guys have any better methods to do this, let me know, because I'm gonna probably try to do another live stream when the ladybugs turn into actual ladybugs. When I don't actually know the process, but that'll be the next live. You should build your own phone with custom parts and use software for video. So I am sort of working on so many different things. I just won't make a video about it until I perfected whatever that method is. I might get into actually ROM development, maybe ROM development tutorials, so you guys can. What I realized, it's really easy to make a ROM if you know how to do step by step. So I'm gonna try to really make that alive for the Samsung phones especially. Sorry, my live stream is all dying again. So it's constant work, and then another problem I have is the A7 R2 I got here. You can actually charge it using micro USB, but it's using so much power that I gotta still replace the battery. So another hack I did is, instead of leaving the display on, I'll just put something on top of it so it won't use the power of the display. Yeah, and then I got it hooked up. So yeah, just watching this before I go to sleep. I just want to make sure it streams for at least next 8 hours while I sleep. But I keep running out of battery, even though I got it all hooked up. So it's just a pain in the ass, man. Project Cementium. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Build your own phone with custom parts. Is that really possible? So another tip, when you're doing this much stuff, for those of you who know about cameras, you can't have the f-stop completely open, because then you'll get very blurry images. So another thing is, this lens, once you put this on, you can't change the aperture. So what you got to do is take this out and just attach it to the camera, and then get the f-stop. But I recommend very high, something like, I'm using like 16, because with all of this, if you leave it open at f1.8, it's just going to look super blurry and it won't focus because it's super zoomed in. So what I did is I'll attach it, set it to f16, take it off, double check that, you can double check it, make sure your aperture is super close, and then attach it here, And I'll show you the settings I'm using right now. It's at f16. It's still at very high ISO 2500 because that's why I got these bright ass lights, so I can maximize it. Somebody said YouTube crashes, lags on. I can't read your name, sorry. So the easiest way to solve those is just uninstall the app and reinstall it. So what happens with Android, especially app updates, sometimes app updates will just, break stuff. So better way, if you have problems, just uninstall and reinstall it. All right. If that's the problem, then that'll solve most of the problems. Hmm. I think I actually moved the camera. Hold on. There we go. So that's a piece of rice. That's how big these things are. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do this same camera setup, but maybe using a smartphone. All right, you could totally do it, but obviously you're gonna need some, special lens focusing dials and stuff like that. So that might be, another tutorial. I mean, that's why I do these kind of live streams, so I can get, new ideas. Um, so if I can do this with this, can I do it with a smartphone? So these are not just random videos. Everything's an experiment. Um, yeah. Anyway, I just want to give you guys a quick tour. I, you know, I just hacked this up today, and it's really stressful. But I'm just glad I got it done, and I do want to get it even more zoomed in. So that's something I want to work for the next. Sorry, my YouTube app just crashed. So when you do a lot of live streams, um, it will crash. So you can just resume, which is really nice. Uh, my next one is going to be the Note 10 Plus. I was actually working on it, but I don't know. Every time I try to do a review, I have better ideas. So yeah, I'll have that up by probably next week. Sure. Just please don't abuse your wrench. Anyway, guys, I just want to share this with real quick, and I'm also actually doing a double YouTube live stream, so you can do double live YouTube stream. Um, Next time I'll try a triple, quadruple. So we're actually testing everything, like the YouTube live stream, the cameras, thinking of new ideas, how we could apply this to Android. Um, so I used to use Premiere, but you know, Premiere sort of like, I don't know, their updates kind of suck. They don't really, I heard it works a lot better on Macs, but on Windows, sometimes it will just break it. So I switched to uh, DaVinci Resolve because I got let me see, I got this bad boy here 6 months ago. Uh, so this is a Blackmagic camera. So every time if you buy a Blackmagic camera, you get DaVinci Resolve, which is an awesome video editing software. There's a learning curve, but for color grading, it's so much better than Premiere because it's really built for color graders. And I'll have a video on it soon. But yeah, that's why I use DaVinci Resolve. I mean, if you even if you don't buy a camera, you could just buy the software, and you don't have to keep paying. You know, the thing with Premiere, you got to pay a monthly fee every month, and it just, you know, they changed to that a few years back, and it's so evil, you know. And it's not cheap either. It's like what, $50 a month or something. So I'm paying $600 a year, you know, Premiere. And there's some months I don't use it or something, and I'm still paying for it. So yeah, I do highly recommend DaVinci Resolve. It's just a better software. I mean, some things are easier to do in Premiere, but you can do pretty much everything on DaVinci Resolve. You know, I don't have any 5G phones. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about it, really. Anyway, I'll have a review on this also. This is my awesome little camera. I have too many cameras. I got the Mamiya 6445 medium format. I love this shit. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna probably call it now pretty soon. Oh, actually, it's still pretty early, but yeah. You know, I'm not sure. I just wanted to share this with you guys. Hopefully, it's been helpful. See you guys. Peace out.